In a recent interview, Andre G. Ward, one of the best fighters of our generation, made an interview with Lamont the Reaper Roach. And Lamont Roach spills the beans of what really happened on training camp leading to the GERVONTATANKDAVIS fight, the self-proclaimed face of boxing. Lamont Roach stated that he actually had a fever going into the fight, and not just that, he was 147 pounds 5 days before the fight. If this does hold weight, we can expect a better version of Lamont Roach for the rematch against GERVONTATANKDAVIS. And Lamont Roach added he actually believes that that was the best version of GERVONTATANKDAVIS and there could not be a better version of Tank. He also stated that he tried to overturn the knockdown because they ruled it not a knockdown, and they even stated that they knew they messed up and it should be overturned, but they refused to do it anyways. And you guys remember when the fight was canceled and then postponed to another date? Well, Lamont Roach believes that's because Tank Davis was not training, because he said that Tank Davis actually got on the phone with him and asked him if he was training, and Lamont Roach said yes. So that's why the fight was postponed, because Tank Davis was just out partying and not even training, so he needed time to train against Lamont Roach. And not just that, he also added that in the 12th round, GERVONTATANKDAVIS told Lamont Roach that they are not gonna give him the fight, even after everything that he accomplished and did in that fight. And even if this is the case, Lamont Roach had a flu and he was really weight drained during the last 5 days of the fight, because he was at 147 and he had to get down all the way to 135. I actually believe Tank Davis had an off night and he's gonna come out better in the rematch. But even if it's true that Lamont Roach was really sick during the fight, even a better version of Lamont Roach is not better than the best version of GERVONTATANKDAVIS, because Lamont Roach played it safe, because he knows if he gets counterpunched by Tank Davis, he will get knocked out. But not just him, anybody. He played it so safe, he kind of played it out like Shakur Stevenson. He was not swinging until Tank Davis swung. So that's why that fight was pretty boring, and I would rather watch Bebo versus Better Beef back to back to back a third time than watch this rematch. Come on, you cannot say this had a highlight reel. Name one round that was like, oh my god, that was Hagler Hearns. The fight was very vanilla, it was very basic. I was about to say it did not lead up to the hype, but there was no hype. They did not give Tank Davis any budget. I believe they had the press conference at some elementary school or something like that, and I believe they recorded the whole press conference with like a 1999 flip phone, and it was just a disaster. It was not well put together. It seemed like they were just rushing that fight and just trying to get a fight out there. And my co-host, Mr. Northpaw, the Chicago Lib, has a couple of things to say about GERVONTATANKDAVIS, the self-proclaimed face of boxing. I know Northpaw always keeps it raw on Tank Davis.
Northpaw, the Chicago Lib, back at you with another one. So as we all know, GERVONTATANKDAVIS, the self-proclaimed face of boxing, faced Lamont the Reaper Roach in a highly anticipated matchup for the ages. But the fight did not deliver. It was almost as boring as a Stevenson fight. No one ever tried to take charge of the fight, and both were just waiting for the other to attack first. Both of these fighters did not have much fighting spirit, maybe because Lamont Roach was supposedly sick. I'm not even going to lie, I seen Roosters have way more fighting spirit than Tank versus Roach in that fight. No one wanted to win and take charge. To me, they both lost. The fans were very bored. I believe the rematch is a waste of time and money, as the fight can put you to sleep. No one wants a repeat of the first fight. I wonder if Tank knows Meek Mill, since he personally know P. Diddy, and P. Diddy picked him up, like if they were very close like that. I just had to throw that in there. I could help myself. I just think that is very weird. I know I also asked what was worse, getting picked up by P. Diddy or being in a swimming pool naked with P. Diddy. I still want to know what the boxing world thinks about that. Northpaw has spoken. Now back to the boxing world.
Yes, Mr. Northpaw, I really do not know what is worse, being in the pool with P. Diddy or being picked up by P. Diddy. But really think about it, I think being picked up by P. Diddy is worse. At least when Devin Haney was in the swimming pool with P. Diddy, they were pretty spaced out. They were not touching each other. But when P. Diddy picked up Tank Davis, the self-proclaimed face of boxing, he picked him up. I mean, you're not gonna pick up somebody that you just do not know. You have to be pretty close to let somebody pick you up like that. But I'm with Northpaw on this one. I'm really not looking forward to this rematch. It was pretty boring and it was a draw. It was boring. But guess what, guys? I ain't the biggest, I'm the baddest. And if you want to hop on your boy, throw $1 at the super things. I got a roll. Peace.